Got a gurgling little creek right there. Here's my campsite. And there's the tent. Well, just settling in for the night, but this isn't exactly the ideal look for clear weather. But who knows? Buenos dias. Super wet, dewy, and cold. Not only did it rain a lot, but it actually froze by morning. Unbelievable. Okay, putting in right here above the death drop into Browns Lake, and that's what's on the menu for today. There's the whole deal. This is the part I chose not to ride down for fear of not being able to come back up, and here's a little look back up it. But I can't stress how steep, rocky, and rough that is. So if you're gonna four-wheel drive, you could probably do it as long as you have some big off-road tires and maybe a little lift, but definitely intimidating. Good morning. We are here walking down the last bit of the road to Browns Lake. And it has turned into a beautiful scene. And I'm gonna cruise down here because apparently there's a nice trail going up to Tabeguache, I believe is how it's called. And so I'm gonna use that and stay dry because it was a really cold morning. There was actually frost on the tent and everything. My plan, and I'm pretty excited. So hopefully you can see in the background, right behind me there, is Tabeguache. And we're gonna be going right up that way. So here we go. I have traversed due south across the creek on that log until I encountered this white rocky area that has been littered with cairns. So I feel really confident that I'm going the right way. And it's pretty cool, although it is a bit of a bushwhack if you don't start from Browns Lake proper. Big key to approaching Tabeguache, again, I know that one's wrong, this huge white swath of talus. And it is lightly cairned, but it's super obvious because as you can see, it just totally stands out, and we're near the top of it now. We're getting high up in the bowl now. I had parked the motorcycle here right above Death Hill, hiked the hill, followed the road, and then at the first campsite turnoff, that's where I turned off. And then I got on that big white rocky swath after just a short bushwhack, really not bad if you're good at that. And then I left it, working our way toward Tabeguache, and we are deep in the bowl. Here on the west side, I see the friendly little climb up to the ridge. So really excited, suspense is over. That is what I saw on Google Earth. A little bit loose. Alright, there's the bottom of the bowl. And then here's the whole picture. My ridge top is right there. I bet it's a really fun ridge climb.
I decided to leave the loose and just kind of climb the right edge, which is probably just stout class 3, but a lot more sound, and might as well get my arms helping out. So we're just about to the top of this ridge.
Really cool.
I have found some sort of trail here. So not a great trail, but definitely something, and the rock is fairly consolidated, so that's not bad either. Good times up here. And here's a look back the way we drove in. And then over here, we've got the awesome bowl.
Round another bend, just past the stub summit on the right, or south. Plenty of cairns. And there is Tabeguache, and on the right, I believe, is Shavano. Here's a nice view shot of the ridge we've done so far, and around the back of this sub-peak. Tabeguache is right behind me.
Wow. Antero on the right. And the summit is right here. Here we come, Tabeguache.
Alright, I'm going to keep this a little more brief. There are some clouds, it's coming up on noon, but we are booking our way to Shavano now, and you can see Tabeguache, or however you say it, in the background there. That was a pretty quick descent, kind of a weird spiderweb of trails, but easy. So making good time, but I know this ridge is probably about 3/4 of a mile, so a little ways to go. We'll see you there. If you're ever feeling nervous about water, I just topped mine off with some of that hail that was left from the other day. Now it's fully full again from halfway, so good move if you're feeling nervous.
All right, we are at the top of Shavano now. Not gonna waste a lot of time. Battery's running low, and the clouds have not been my favorite looking either. So here we are on the top of Shavano. Beautiful scene. We're just panning back around to Tabeguache, or however you say it. There is Antero. Behind that, the sun is Mount Princeton. And then off to the right, you can barely make out Buena Vista right over that shoulder. So we're gonna run along. These clouds don't look great. My way home on a grassy hill over there. Awesome. Here we are on super steep, boulder-strewn hills, traversing to greener pastures. And those greener pastures are right over here. But boy,
unless you're good at boulder hopping on the steeps. Probably not for you. But yeah, for me, it's been going pretty well. These are big boulders, relatively stable. So we'll be over there in no time. All right, that's back down to the Browns Lake drainage. Little section left of tough talus, but then I'll actually have reunited and completed the head of the lollipop of my trail, where I climbed up this at the very beginning this morning and all the way up to Tabeguache. As I staggered my way out of the forest here, below the white gully of difficulty, I met these awesome people and their incredible Jeeps, and they have shown me unbelievable hospitality. I'm sitting right now on the cooler and eating this amazing meal with rods and potato salad and beans and more.
Frog-eyed salad.
Frog-eyed salad, thank you, sir. And again, I couldn't say a more thank you. I'll be strong and feeling good for my ride out of here. I couldn't say enough.
And that's definitely the road I was unwilling to try, and wisely so.
But boy, does it take you to some cool places. Really a fantastic trip. This is not a trip you want to do unless you want to be a pioneer. This is definitely one of those trips where I would say it's old-fashioned in the sense there's no trails, there's very little indication other than what you can see, and there were an occasional cairn here and there, but it's a hard man trip and you want to feel very confident. And I felt nervous many times, including just last night while it was raining and hailing and then freezing. Pretty big commitment being back here in this drainage, although there was some ATV traffic and those, again, awesome Jeepers that totally hooked me up. So please like and subscribe. Hopefully you enjoyed the show. I know I had a great time, and I think I made these two mountains, which aren't particularly special, well, as well as Antero as well, into quite a grand adventure instead of just kind of a slog for ticking off some 14ers. So highly recommend using the brown drainage to access Tabeguache and Shavano, particularly Shavano. But again, you need to know what you're doing. You're going to be doing your own route finding, and it's going to be adventure. I did hear there is a nice trail further down from Browns Lake. I never saw it, though. I was expecting to. Anyway, that's my story. Hopefully you enjoyed the trip. We'll catch you on the next one.